One, I give no praise unto Yabashima Shabashima Kwa Hakodash. Double honors unto the apostles, a great millstone. And honor to you brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And the brother I body are coming out here to give you this truth for the grace and mercy of Yahabashima Shabashima Kwa Hakodash. Giving all praise unto Yahabashima Shabashima Kwa Hakodash. So this is going to be a relatively quick video. And in this particular video, I'm going to touch on this word pride here. Okay. And ultimately, just go into some of the articles that are being released now and really like try not get this video flagged to the best of my ability. And yeah, let's get into it. So this is a scripture here that is beautiful because it tells you everything that's going to happen and the reason why it's going to happen. And it goes straight to the point. 2 Ezra 15 and 18. Because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, and their houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Let's read that again. And you can see how all of these different terms are linking up to a narrative that the Most High pushed out there. It's almost like what you know as Kershaw's gun, I think it's called. When you go into movies and you see an Easter egg or a what they call Kershaw's gun. I believe that's the term that they call it as. It's a narrative structure where you see something that's supposed to be of importance at the beginning of the movie, and it gets brought back up as a pivotal point towards the latter part, the third act of the movie. So, I can't think of anything in particular right now, but there's many movies where you see, I suppose Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is the first one that comes to mind. The latest one that they made. And there was a move that one of the main characters was trying to learn at the beginning of the movie. And a spoiler alert, that particular move that they're learning is, I guess, the striking blow that they used at the end of the movie, right? So you can see particular things that were written within the scriptures, terms that was used, okay, wording that was used. An example that comes to mind is the metaporn, which links up with the metaverse and ultimately into the MLTB system. And all of that, all of them things are getting brought back right now. And this idea or notion of pride linking up with what happened within the history to Gomorrah, then you see a situation where this narrative, this Kershaw's gun, that foreshadowing that was written within the scriptures is coming back, man. So without much further ado, let me read this precept again, and we're gonna look at some of these articles and just have some thoughts, man. We're just gonna have some thoughts about this particular word and what it means within the scriptures. Another precept that comes to mind that we could have used was the book of Proverbs, where it speaks about how that pride is the goeth before a fall. Right? Pride goeth before a fall. But I think this one is more specific in nature to what we're trying to understand here within the scriptures. And it says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. So you're seeing these economies are breaking down, the infrastructure is breaking down, and everything about this society is being broken down. This is not what it was like in 2015. Okay, 2014 wasn't like this. Everybody's referring back to the dark days, right? Everything is being referred to as, oh, we haven't had a situation like this since World War III. We haven't been in this economic position since 2008, right? So everything right now is mirroring the worst of the situations. And this is because of the pride, right? People have walked in great pride, and there's many examples of great pride, but just using that word in its specificity, we can go into the articles, and all I'm going to do is put that same word, go to news, and we're going to ask ourselves, are these actions worthy of the destruction that the Lord speaketh of within the scriptures here? Because of the pride, city shall be troubled, and houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid, right? So we're going to take that word there. Okay, all we're going to do is search that same word, because of pride. Oh, okay, I wonder what pride? Go to and filter by news. All right. And again, like I said, I'm going to do my best not to get flagged up on here. So I'm not going to be too specific in nature. Now, when you see this, and I've filtered by news, right? And not everybody that's watching this video, if not everybody, if not most people, if not everybody, should already understand what we're dealing with here. So, Island of Iran hosts its first Pride March. Okay, you see that? When will companies end their embarrassing hypocrisy as it pertains to Pride? And you can see it's all about the rainbow situation. And we know the judgment that befell, Gomorrah within the history. So the question that I'm saying here, Kuwait, all right, diplomats to embassy, etc., etc. You can see that's a big thing right now, right? Because it's supposed to be their month or whatever, right? So when we saw this happen within the ancient kingdom, we still got that precept hold. We saw this happen within the ancient kingdom of Gomorrah. Could we say that the judgment that befell Gomorrah is the judgment that can come about upon this place? Of course, because we've just read it within the scriptures. Because of pride, these cities shall be troubled, and their houses shall be destroyed. So it's something to think about, man. Something to think about, because the Most High is getting ready to unleash it upon this place, man. Right? So with that, I'm going to say, all praise unto Yahweh, outside Bashim, Hakodash, double honors unto the apostles, a great millstone, and all the brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity. Shalom.